And as you know that ROP is one of the leading causes of blindness, childhood blindness, and we will talk about this. But the main thing that which is very good that we can prevent it, and this all course is about keep us aware and that we can do something to prevent this childhood blindness. And I'm very delighted. I'm Dr. Salih Al-Amr, professor in Saudi University and in the eye consultant. In fact, now I am part-time in the university. And I am located in Riyadh. Our co-chairman is Dr. Ismail Benton, and he is in King Abdullah Medical Center in Makkah al-Mukarram. And he is specialized also in vitreoretinal surgery. And he will give the first talk on pathophysiology of retinopathy of ROP-RSOS.
So I'm going to talk in the next talk about the pathophysiology of ROP. I know it's a solid subject, but I'll try to give you something which is practical for you and to get benefit from the knowledge that I'm going to present. As introduction, previously it was known as ROP was known as erythrolintal paraplasia because of its end-stage appearance. It was first recognized in 1940. It is a developmental vascular proliferative disorder of that occur in the retina of the premature infants with incomplete retinal vascularization. Other ophthalmic disorder that occur frequently in preterm infant includes amblyopia, strabismus, and refractive error. Epidemiology. Retinopathy, ROP affects a substantial number of premature infants worldwide. It increases because of the increase in survival ability of survival for extreme premature babies. The incidence of ROP is increasing. It is more in white more than black, male more than female. Both the incidence and severity increases with the decreasing gestational age and birth weight. A survey of ophthalmologists from the low and moderate and highly developed countries found that the mean birth weight of infants with severe ROP was greater in infants in developing than in developed countries. It was 19 grams versus 750 grams. Similarly, the mean gestational age of infants with severe ROP was greater in developing than the developed countries. The incidence of ROP is about 60% in a birth weight of less than 1,250, whereas it is about 80% if the birth weight is less than 1 kilogram. Next to the cortical blindness, ROP is the most common cause of childhood blindness, and it is about 13% in the USA, and in Saudi Arabia, I think it is 37.4. On average, annually, 500 to 700 children became blind because of the ROP in the United States. Unfortunately, I don't know, maybe Professor Salih will give us some figures about Saudi Arabia and the incidence in Saudi Arabia. In general, more than 50% of the preterm infants weigh less than 1,250 grams at birth show evidence of ROP, and about 10% of them develop stage 3 ROP. Ocular characteristics in the premature, the globe diameter is approximately 10 to 14 millimeter at birth, compared to the 16 to 17 millimeter term. The pupillary size in the premature infant is approximately 3 to 4 millimeters, slightly smaller than at term, and it gives some difficulties in addressing the treatment. constriction of the pupil in response to light starts at approximately 32 weeks gestation, and it's constantly present after 35 weeks. The cornea and vitreous may be hazy in premature infants and impede visualization of the fundus. All those facts makes the treatment of ROP with a laser is little bit not easy to perform unless the physician is expert in doing that. Small peripheral lens vacuoles are common. Incompletely involuted hyaloid artery may appear as a white or red strands in the vitreous. Tear production is reduced by premature infants and may results in drying of the cornea during an eye examination. Increased absorption of topical applied medications. The blood vessels in the anterior vascular lens regress in consistent pattern between 27 and 34 weeks. The natural history of ROP, the course of the ROP is more correlated to the post-conceptual age than the post-neonatal age. Typically, it starts at 34 weeks, but may be seen at 32 and 32 weeks. Regression dependent on the PCA and location of the disease. Ocular outcome is poor in infant untreated with a severe ROP. Most cases regress. Male and the ROP may last for 15 weeks with those infants, so they need to be seen during that period. So this slide, it showed that most of the ROP in infants weighing more than 1,250 grams, it's in the zone 2, whereas if the birth weight, the birth weight is less than that, then about 40% in zone 1. Most of the ROP are regressed, especially if the birth weight is more than 12,050 grams. Pathogenesis. At the 6th week, the anterior segment of the eye received its vascular supply from the hyaloid artery. This artery originates from the optic nerve, passes through the vitreous, and supplies vessels to both surface of the lens and the iris. These vessels usually are resolved by the 34 weeks of gestation. Choroidal vascular system completed by 22nd weeks of gestation, and it feeds the retina before its vascular growth. We have to remember that vasculogenesis in the uterus is stimulated by hypoxia, and the oxygen tension in the utero it is 25 to 35, and it is stimulated also by high level of VEGF and insulin-like growth factors. So VEGF and IGF are produced by the astrocyte in the eye. No blood vessels are present in the retina before approximately 16 weeks of gestation. And once it starts to grow, it grows in the radial fascium, starting from the optic nerve, reaching nasally and temporally. And the nasal one, usually it completed between the 32 and 36 weeks of gestation, whereas the temporal one, it will be completed by term. But sometimes some baby, they might have immature peripheral retina, where it be completed at the 1 month after birth. So sorry about this busy slide, but as a pathophysiology, the pathophysiology depends on two phases in the ROP cases. So this is the baby inside his mother's before delivery, and the oxygen tension is there. It is 25 to up to 35, and normal growth of the vascular system depends on the hypoxia. Once he's delivered, he will be exposed to even for a normal air pressure, to about 95 to 100% of oxygen pressure. So it will cause increase in the oxygen, and it will reduce the production of VEGF. So increasing the oxygen is called hyperoxia. Hyperoxia will cause vasoconstriction, and ultimately it will cause obliteration of the blood vessels. This process takes about 4 to 6 weeks, and it might be ending at the 30 weeks of gestation. And then phase 2 start when the retinal tissue start to grow and start increasing its demands for nutrition. Then those areas will be hypoxic. Accordingly, there is a reflex of VEGF release at this stage. So this stage, it is a hypoxic stage, and we notice that there will be increased production of VEGF in response to hypoxia, and usually it occurs after the 32 weeks. So with the hypoxia, this is another slide. It shows the same premature incomplete retinal vascularization due to exposure into increased oxygen. It will cause vasoconstriction, vasoprotrusion, involution, and peripheral retina, stimulate production of avascular VEGF. It will end up by 3 results: either toxicity of the vessels plus disease, which reflects hypoxic state of the retina, new vascularization, whether it's in the iris or in the retina. So this is brief about the pathophysiology of the ROP.